That's true commitment there. All right. Check 1, 2. I think sound is good. Ryan will let us know when he's ready.
Well, 6 to 6. Right.
Stop.
Mic check 1, 2, 3. Mic level check. 1, 2, 3. Mic level check. 1, 2, 3. Microphone check 1, 2, 3. Microphone check 3. So, little known fact, the host of this show that's on ESPN right now, his name is Tony Reali. His aunt is a security at East Stroudsburg South. Yeah, I know her pretty well. Sue.
Can we
Sue
just mix
Reali.
the live recording?
She's a
Where's
security. I'm just trying to pass the time. I know the situation he's been in. I've had technical. He's starting to sweat a little bit, and I feel for him. Yeah. All right. Show too. I know you're excited about your season that's upcoming. We're going to talk to you and your players in just a minute, so hang with me, all right?
Absolutely.
Coach, we got to talk about that 24-7 win against Gannon. A real shutdown performance. Any team can come out and have success on their opening drive, but it's really how you respond to that. And I thought the Warrior defense responded to it, the Warrior offense responded to it. I thought some penalties maybe to clean up, but other than that, I thought you played a strong game offensively and defensively.
It was great to be home. You know, it was great to be home in front of the home fans. You're right. I thought our defense really settled down. We played great second half football. We've been doing that pretty much the entire year in the first 3 weeks. Wish we could get out of the locker room a little bit quicker, but it's something we're going to be hyper-focused about this week, just looking to improve all areas of the game. The penalties, there were some ones that we'd like to get back. But they're all aggressive penalties and things that happen in the game of football, and we're just really blessed to be 3-0 with an opportunity to be 4-0. This week is a bye week, so we're going to refresh, refocus, recalibrate, and refuel, and kind of take a look at our weaknesses and work on them until they become our strong points, and look forward to our next opponent.
And some of the players that we're going to talk to tonight really had a big impact in the game. The running game of Tyreek Lewis and Tub Mills, and then the defensive effort of the defensive line with Williamson and Skelly. I mean, Skelly picking up that fumble, big play for you.
They're really good players, you know, and coaching becomes pretty easy when you have really good players. And Tahir Mills and Tyreek Lewis, when you give them the ball, lightning can happen. And you saw that Saturday night. And then Jakey Williamson and Lucas Skelly, they've held down a defensive front that has been great against the run all year. So I'm really blessed to coach those guys. We just got to continue to push each other one step at a time, and kind of take a look at how we can bridge the talent gap this week, and we'll have some fun next week.
So next week we will have a show, but we won't have a game to recap. So we'll preview Kutztown next Monday night.
Well, we'll recap our week of practice, and we'll go over everything that went good and bad and everything else in between.
All right, thanks for getting the show started tonight. I'm going to turn to Coach Liz Flukes of the women's basketball program. Introduce yourself to the Warrior Coaches Show community that are watching tonight, and how you came to be the head coach of the ESU women's basketball team.
Oh, well, I'm pretty familiar with this conference. I started off at the University of Pittsburgh at Johnstown for 2 years, and then moved on to NJIT, to Army, to Sacred Heart, and then just knew it was my time. And when I saw East Stroudsburg had an opening, it was just a school that I knew I would like to coach at, and a conference that is phenomenal for basketball, and I just wanted to be a part of it.
So now that you have a head coaching job, what do you plan, without giving away the entire game plan, but what is the style of play that we can expect from the Warrior women's basketball team this year?
Something very different than it has been in the past. We're going to play very up-tempo. We're going to defend. We're going to get out and run. Just going to be a little bit different than we're used to seeing here.
I know you've got an incoming class of freshmen to be pretty excited about. Some height, some from freshman players. One of them's a 6-footer, and I think the two twins are 5 feet 10 inches tall. Maddie Siggins is the big player coming in, and the Dreggy twins are something to be excited about with this freshman class. In addition to the players that you have, Corinne Gill, a veteran player in the backcourt for you. We've got lots of veteran leadership on this team.
We definitely do. We're going to have a good balance with this team this year, with a lot of new talent and old talent kind of mixing together and playing well. They're looking really good in the first 2 weeks of practices right now, so we're excited about it.
Thanks for joining us tonight, and thanks for bringing some of your players, too.
Absolutely.
I know Midnight Madness is going to be here in the first week of October, and you get started soon after, so we're looking forward to it. Thanks, Coach.
As are we. Thank you.
We are live on the Coaches Show from Teddy's University tonight in Stroudsburg, and we're here every Monday night at 5 o'clock, so you can join us live. We've got some student athletes to talk about, and more to come from the Coaches Show live at Teddy's, so stay with us. We're back right after this quick break. Coaches Show. We're at Teddy's University in Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania. I'm Chuck Cease. The Warriors will have a bye week coming up this week. We talked a little bit about football, and we'll do that before the show is through, but they have a week off. They're getting prepared for Kutztown, which will be back at Eiler Martin Stadium on the 28th of September with a 6:05 kickoff, and we'll have live coverage on Bigfoot Country 96.7 and 97.3 beginning at 5:30 with the Warrior pregame show. And, of course, you can stream that online at BigfootPoconos.com. But we're talking round ball right now. I was explaining to my granddaughter, guys, today the difference between football and, say, basketball with the round balls and the pointy ends, and she just kind of looked at me and scratched her head. So she knows all about the soccer and the basketball. We've got some work to do. To my left, I have Izzy Vogel. To my right, Cassidy Saylor and Lily Shugra. These are seniors on the Warrior women's basketball team, and because my arms are short, I'm going to ask you to pass this over to Lily when I ask her the first question, Cassidy. I know you're all about assists, so I'm going to ask you, Lily, what is it like to be in your senior season here at East Stroudsburg University?
So I actually am a junior, but I am very excited. We have a lot of new things to look forward to right now. Obviously, it's a new coach, so we have a lot to look forward to. We have a good team. We have very good team chemistry right now, so I'm very excited for this upcoming season.
That was my bad. That was not a good reception of the pass. Cassidy, what does it mean to have good chemistry on this team, especially with a new coach and 3 newcomers coming in that are expected to maybe make an impact on the team this year?
Yeah, so our freshman class is really strong. We have 4 of them right now. So with good team chemistry, we all move as one. You can only go as far as your weakest link, and we just want to uplift everybody. You got to be on the ship so we can keep moving.
Izzy, what are the team goals this season for the Warrior women's basketball team?
I think some of our team goals are to make it to the PSAC championship game, obviously, make it to we just want to do better. I think continuing to improve all year round and just like getting all the pieces together. I mean, having a new coach, just figuring out where we can support each other, and just our new goals as a team coming in with a new coach and freshmen that can help us. So I think just having a better year overall.
This is a common question that I ask of the upperclassmen when I have the chance to sit down and talk to them. So I'll ask you as well, Lily, because you're long enough in the program that you have the experience. But when you have to have new players come in, you all went through that as younger players, right? And you remember what it was like to walk on the court for the first time out of high school in a different atmosphere. So I want you to reflect upon that when I ask you how you guys, view the incoming class. You said you're excited about the freshman class this year. How do you view your role, I guess, as a leader on the team? And I'll start with Izzy and work my way down.
Yeah, I'm just looking to be a support system for our younger girls. If they have questions, they can come to us, being encouraging, helping them on the sideline along the way, answering any type of questions, and just making their transition as smooth as possible. I know it's hard, school-wise, athletic-wise, coming into college, so just trying to help them ease that transition.
I have a feeling you're both going to say the same thing, so I'll swap it up a little bit. What was one of the impactful things that happened when you were a young player and you were looking for a leader to kind of, latch on to?
Yeah, so there's always going to be a learning curve. I remember my freshman year, my seniors, there was one in particular. I wasn't here, I was at Wagner, but there was one senior in particular who she'll always have a special place in my heart because of how she was able to take me under her wing and just was very accepting. So I take the things that she did for me, and I hope to do those for our freshmen. And, then that will give them the right example for then when they're upperclassmen to do it, and it will keep moving down the program.
We're going to do one more pass to Lily, all right? Lily, was there someone who took that leadership spot and, helped you in your transition from high school to college here at a university here at ESU?
So there definitely was. I think having that upperclassman that is there for you and can see, especially when you're low on confidence coming in as a freshman, it's difficult to fall into that and then just be very shy and not have any confidence on the court. So having that one person that can see your actual skill and then bring it out of you is very important. So I think it's super good that we make good relationships with our freshmen.
I want to thank you, all three of you, for being here and taking the time out. I had a new role last year as the sideline reporter for the Blue Ridge Cable telecast, and I hope to get the chance to do that again, because it's one thing to do the game and call it from the press box, which is way up high in the field house. It's another thing to see the action on the floor, and I can't wait to see all three of you and the rest of your teammates on the floor at Kaler Fieldhouse this season. Thanks so much, Lily and Cassidy and Izzy, and we'll be back with more of the ESU Coaches Show. We're at Teddy's tonight and every Monday night at 5 o'clock, so join us next week, and we'll be right back with more of the ESU Coaches Show right after this. Welcome back to the ESU Coaches Show. I'm Chuck Cease. We are talking Warrior football right now, and if you had the chance to see the game on Saturday night, then you know the Warriors grounded and pounded the football once again in the big win over Gannon, and two guys responsible for that. To my right, Tyreek Lewis, and to my left, Tahir Mills. You guys, it's obviously a team effort right now, but the way you guys support each other in that offensive backfield, in the meetings and in the practices, I see it. I see it on a daily basis with you guys. It's so great to see the work that you guys are putting in with the offensive line and the offensive coordinators, and get everything right in front of you where you want it.
Yeah, I mean, we really got a special room. Coach Hags, as you know, put in the time and put in the effort to bring a lot of good guys into our running back room. And we're also a tight end room and a fullback room. You know, we're all together. We're all watching film together. We're all going over everything together. So Coach Hags has done a great job putting a lot of good guys in the room. Coach Santella has been doing a great job with the offensive line for forever. I'm just thankful to, have so many good guys around me, and I'm excited to watch everybody succeed. It's fun.
And this guy right here, Tub Mills, a big part of it. The touchdown run you had was sweet, to say the least. To talk about how that opened up for you and what you saw as you got closer to the goal line.
As I got closer to the goal line, I was a little angry because a couple plays before, I missed the block. That sack was on me, so I kind of had to make up for it for my guys, my O-line, They doing their job, so I kind of got to make it easier for them too. So
Accountability means a lot for you guys in that room. Talk about that.
oh yeah, we get it done in our room. We got to get it done. So O-line mess up, we got to be the guys to be there.
And I'm not trying to highlight anything in particular, but there was a play the other night where you went one way and you realized immediately that the hole was the other way. You came back on the sidelines, your hands were on your helmet. You realized, I think you realized the play I'm talking about, but I want to talk about that accountability. You guys want to get back out there and rectify that.
Yeah, I mean, that play, it was a 3rd and medium. I think it was 3rd and 7 or 3rd and 8. And I had Green in front of me, and I tried to make the big play and cut back, and they tackled me, and I ended up being 1 yard short of the first down. And as soon as I got down, I heard Hags in my ear, and I looked over at the sticks, and I just knew I was short. And I didn't like that. I try to make the big play, but got to do what we have to do to, get first downs as well, and just get what the defense takes us. So, yeah, I didn't love that run. I knew I made a mistake, and I just wanted to get back out there and just, again, make up for it.
But you know that your team has confidence in you to give you the ball right back.
Oh, yeah. As soon as I saw, I said, let's go for it on 4th down. Let's run downhill. That's what we did. And we got another first down.
Well, I just it amazes me the way that this offense is running right now, especially early in the season. And you've been up against some tough competition. I know even more tough competition to come. But I know you guys won't be satisfied unless you get the chance to play for a championship this season.
Of course. Yeah, I mean, that's ultimately the biggest goal. We want to take it somewhere this year. Last year was just like a preview. We got a taste of it, but this year we want to take it all the way, finish it out, especially for the seniors like Reek.
Talk about the younger guys that are coming up behind you. Deontay Crawford is doing a heck of a job returning kicks, and Johnny Walker gets some touches too, and he can certainly make people miss in that open field.
Yeah, Deontay and Johnny. I like the way they run. They run hard, and especially because they're younger. Being next to me and Reek and seeing us work it out, I think those two they know that they can work it out. And hungry guys, we all hungry, but we all humble. We all know our time's going to come. We all been there, so we just gotta keep each other level, keep each other focused, and we get it done.
We appreciate your time to here. Keep it up, and we'll see you next Saturday night, the 28th against Kutztown back at Eiler Martin Stadium. Again, the younger kids are going to be part of this team, and you guys know what that was like, right? In your freshman and sophomore year, you got some touches. Tahir was a feature back when you had an injury situation a couple of years ago. So it's that next man up mentality, and I think those guys embrace it.
Yeah, it's been like that for years in this running back room. I was behind Gunnar Anglovich and Devontae Robinson, 2 electric backs that were here. I got to learn from them, and that's all I've tried to do is, try to pass it on to the guys below me. Johnny Walker and Deontay Crawford, I mean, they worked their tails off, man. Johnny Walker worked tremendously to understand the playbook this summer and work on himself just so he could be in a position, make big plays. And when he gets his chance, he's gonna electrify the stadium just like every other back that's ever been here. So I'm excited to watch those guys, Deontay as well with punt return. They're working hard every day. You should see how many punt return catches Deontay Crawford catches in a practice. So, yeah, their time is coming, and I can't wait for it.
Well, we can't wait for the Warriors to get it on with Kutztown on Saturday the 28th. Live coverage begins with the ESU Warrior pregame show at 5:30. The kickoff at 6:05, and you can hear it live on Bigfoot Country 96.7 and 97.3 and streaming online at BigfootPoconos.com. Tahir, thank you so much. Tyreek, thank you so much. And we'll be back with more of the ESU Coaches Show right after this. We still have a couple of segments left on the ESU Coaches Show. Welcome back to Teddy's University. I'm Chuck Cease. Again, Warrior football will have off this Saturday, so you got the time to get some stuff done around the house. So you can't use ESU football as an excuse. These guys have a week off too. I'm here with defensive lineman Lucas Skelly to my left and Jake Williamson to my right. And you know, as much as we talk about the Warrior offense and the offensive line being able to sustain drives and keep the offense with their hands on the football, I think they had the ball for 11 minutes in the second quarter and 12 minutes in the third quarter against Gannon on Saturday night. Conversely, you guys on the defense had 2 stops and turnover on downs, which, you know, I believe they were in back-to-back possessions, and you really had to feel like you had control of the game at that point.
Yeah, it felt great. I mean, all 11 of us on the defense, we work extremely hard, so getting those stops and getting the ball back to our offense is huge, especially in the middle 8 of the game, before halftime, coming after halftime. It's really important to get those stops. So,
could you notice a momentum change when you had that second turnover on downs? I mean, the first one, okay, that can happen. Well, when you do that twice, you know, on consecutive possessions, that really has to be deflating for that other team. Did you notice that as you guys were going off the field?
Oh, 100%. We definitely did. You know, it's demoralizing for a team when you go for it on fourth down, especially twice like they did in that game and they didn't get it. We did it to the past 2 teams we played as well. We're 6 for 6 on fourth down right now, which is awesome. And honestly, it should discourage teams from going for it in the future.
You would think that somebody would get the memo. What is it like to play with such defensive intensity? And you came up with a big fumble recovery on Saturday night as well. You know, that's you got to know then, right, that the team is working hard together, and that's the end result.
I mean, the guys behind me, they make my job a lot easier. The linemen, they know how well they flow, so they try and get off of me quickly. And then when I'm not making a play, they make the play. So, and this guy over here, having him next to me makes my life a whole lot easier. So, yeah, I mean, getting that ball, giving the ball back to our offense, knowing how much time they take off the clock too with the possession, that's huge for games, especially when we start getting later in the season.
And later in the game too, because if your team has the ball for 25 minutes over the second and third quarter combined, that means you guys are fresh for the fourth quarter.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, we're you know, long drives, we're dying, then we come off the field and our offense takes it forever. So it's definitely good to have that rest time, and it shows how well we work together as a team, how we're firing on all cylinders.
Lucas mentioned, you know, again, it being a team effort. Talk about the guys behind you in the linebacking core and the defensive secondary. Obviously, the confidence level is high all throughout the defense.
Oh, 100%. I mean, they trust us, we trust them. We know that any one of us 11 can make the play at any given time. They know that we're going to fit our gaps. We know that they're going to have our backs behind us, and it's just a great thing.
Jake Williamson, Lucas Skelly, thanks. Keep up the great work, fellas, and we can't wait to see you guys against Kutztown on Saturday night, the 28th at Eiler Martin Stadium. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Go get some wings, buddy, will you?
Thank you.
All right, we're going to take another quick break. We got more to come from the ESU Coaches Show. We're at Teddy's University. We're here every Monday night at 5 o'clock, so we'd love to see you down here next Monday night. We'll be back with more of the ESU Coaches Show right after this. Welcome back to the ESU Coaches Show. We're at Teddy's University in Stroudsburg. I'm Chuck Cease, and I'm here with the ESU offensive coordinator, quarterbacks coach Mike Terwilliger, who's been with the Warriors since his playing days were over. He has really never stepped off of the campus from East Stroudsburg University. It's great to have you here. I want to talk about this offensive lineup that you have because, I mean, you've been around for a while, I've been around for a while and seen lots of good offensive personnel that have come through East Stroudsburg University. But when you look at the depth at the receiver position you have right now, and you look at the depth of the quarterback position and of the running back position, I don't know that the Warriors have ever had this deep of a talent pool in the offense. Is that fair?
Well, you start talking ever and is it the best and the most, and I don't play that game at all, but you look at the 24 guys that we have right now, they're special. And yes, the wide receivers, the experience we have and what they're bringing to the field and Quill coaching them up, Jaquil Birch, and understanding the game. You look at McTaggart, the quarterback that's taken every snap so far, and the experience that he's there, and the quarterbacks behind him that we're developing, and we got them back. But what I think is really something is Raymond Christus and those guys up front. And it always starts up front, and, Tim Kinney went down and Kyler Weister was down, and then you look at the other guys filling in. You look at Guy Gilliard at the tackle, and then some guys have been in the program, and up front, to be able to run and have a running attack that's north-south and getting after people, and then a passing attack that is just legendary, that has all kind of tradition and a lot of stats, and to be able to see the guys in 24 being able to run and throw the ball is just something. And then, the group that we're not talking about is the guys that you had interviewed tonight. When you see those tailbacks with the balls in the hands and see what they were doing with it, when you see the run Tubby Mills had, you just say, wow. When you look at the block that Matt Frame throws, and you look at Dawson Stewart, the tight ends, that's why we're sitting here. We're 3-0. It just doesn't matter who we're playing next. Try to win 4. It's exciting, and that's what it's been. But I need to say this. The one thing, back from 1974, and I'm sitting here in 24, the one thing, Chris, is the tradition and the heritage and the spirit and the passion that's played in Isler Martin Stadium on Denny Dowds and Jack Gregory's field is just second to none.
When I hear you talk to the players, I want to find a uniform and a set of pads, Coach.
It's just never been a job. It's been more than that. It's kind of been a lifestyle to see Jimmy Terwilliger and to be around Jimmy Terwilliger and to see him putting the game of football where it's at and touching the lives of 117 guys is just a beautiful thing that we just count our blessings and how fortunate we are to be Warriors. We have sayings, and, everybody has sayings, but do you live by sayings? And, when you see it on T-shirts, blood runs thick, and then you see Warriors for life, we live it here at East Stroudsburg University, and that's special.
It's great to have you with us here tonight, and I can't wait to see what you guys have in store for Kutztown in 10 days.
Well, I need to say this, too. All the years you've been doing it, and you're holding the microphone, but you're part of this family and you're part of this program, and that's what makes it all go.
I really appreciate that, Coach. I really do. It has been a special relationship. And, the other great thing about it is when the new players come in and the new families come in, and because of a show like this, they're greeting me at the tailgate. And, and that's just such a rush that people are that much involved and have that much passion for ESU football.
Well, the one thing that will never change is football is real. You got to show up and really players need to make plays, and you play it for 60 minutes and comes out on the scoreboard. But also relationships are the test of time, and time tells you the story. So when you're talking new players coming in, they're part of the family. And we're in it together through the good and the bad and everything, but the memories mean everything to us.
And the other thing special about an ESU game, and this can happen on any given Saturday, but when you see guys like Tim Monsman, whose son AJ is a student coach now for you, and Brett Comp in the parking lot on Saturday evening, that's special.
I got to for Compy to be with Monsman. Now, Tim Monsman, the head coach of Parkland, who's won state championships and done it, and his son being with us, but he was Mike Santella's teammate. They played together. So you go through that history. And then Brent Comp comes out of the Marines, where he hadn't thrown a ball for 4 years, and takes East Stroudsburg University to the NCAA playoffs as one of the greatest quarterbacks. For those guys to be sitting there puts the biggest smile on our faces.
We can see it every Saturday night, too, at Eiler Martin Stadium. Coach, thanks for the time.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for the kind words as well. That's Coach Mike Terwilliger. We're going to take a quick break and be back with more of the Warrior Coaches Show here at Teddy's University, so stay with us.
Face that runs the place. AJ, that's good. Did you come up with that? I heard it somewhere.
Welcome back to the ESU Coaches Show. We've got one final segment tonight. We're kind of doing a twofer here in our last segment tonight. Dr. Alan Snook, the athletic director here at East Stroudsburg University, wanted to bring you on just so we could update the event that happened on Friday and throughout the weekend, the Be the Match event, the Tally Bone Marrow Foundation, which gives people the opportunity to be on a registry of possible bone marrow donors. And I heard it went well.
Yeah, it did, Chuck. We got our final on-campus numbers of 251 new registrants. So over the past 3 years, we've had about 1,750 new applicant or registrants that we've put into the registry. So for us, first year is always the biggest year because it's brand new to everybody. But for us to continue that large amount of number, for us that's a huge success. Hopefully the numbers come in a little bit of the individuals who went online or scan the code to see how many other are associated with ESU.
Excellent. Well, we can't wait for the next on-campus event. And it was just a great night on Saturday night when the basketball teams were out there and got to memorialize Ryan Smith again. And just remember Ryan Smith and Alyssa Oxenford, who are just, still and will always be Warriors. We talked about it on Saturday night. Once a Warrior, always a Warrior, always a Warrior. And it's true. And it was really exemplified on Saturday night, I thought.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, just to continue to honor their memory and, the pictures that they had up, just showing them, with the coaches, I thought it was really great.
Excellent. Thanks for the time again, and we'll talk to you soon. I'm going to turn over to AJ for AJ's view tonight. So, AJ, I was talking to the defensive players tonight, Jake and Lucas, and I said to them, two possessions in a row, the Warrior defense was able to stop Gannon in their tracks on fourth down and turn the ball over. Take me back to that moment. You're on the sidelines hearing the team come off. Could you tell that there was a momentum change happening right then?
Definitely. I mean, we talk about how, college athletics and especially football, it's just huge in momentum and momentum shifts. And what those guys do up front, they did it to pace too on 4th and 1. Jake Williamson inside, Lucas Skelly inside. They do a great job. Getting penetration in the backfield. They do a great job removing the line of scrimmage. And just the team, I think, really rallied around it, getting the ball back in our offense's hands, when it wasn't, a blowout and it was a close game.
Right.
And to stop, again an O-line and again an offense who was pretty good, it was just a great job by them and a great job by the defense collectively.
I go through the stats every week after the game, and I was surprised to see that their quarterback is leading the PSAC in passing yards per game right now. So to come away with a win after a guy that can throw the ball like that, that's a pretty good effort by the defense.
Yeah, great effort. I mean, I think you saw it on the first drive, was able to take them down the field and score. And then from that point on, I think our defense, really rallied, and they were like, all right, we aren't, no one's scoring again. And they did a great job and really shut him down. They took some deep shots, and Malachi Bowman and Adewale Obayanju at corner, they did a great job. Safeties, Hambrick, Dingle, Harris, they did a great job just, stopping the quarterback and reading route concepts. And I think Coach Lackey has them playing at a really high level right now.
And then your forte, the special teams unit. Ty Quintos had another nice night.
He did, yeah. Made a field goal before half. That's a big field goal. Gives us the lead going into half. 10-7, kind of changing that momentum too. Delgado doing the snapping and Foda doing the holding. Great unit there, and I think they've really gotten comfortable with each other. Adam Knoll doing the punting. Good night again. And I think their kicking and punting is it's helping us with field position, stuff like that, and they just got to keep it going.
What do you sense the confidence level of this team is right now? I know they've got 10 days before they're going to play Kutztown, but they've got to feel pretty good about themselves right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think, it was nice to celebrate the 3-0, right, getting win over, a quality team in Gannon. Finally playing at home I think was nice. But after 24 hours, I think we're on to our bye week, which is nice. We kind of get to lighten it up a little bit, focus on our mistakes. But I think in the back of their mind, I think they're looking forward to the Kutztown game. We're last 10, we're 1-9 with a 9-game losing streak. I think that's in the back of their minds. And we'll see. Kutztown's a great football team as always. They're coming in, and I think they're just looking again to go 1-0. So we gotta win this week. I know we don't play anyone, but we gotta win in practice. We gotta win in our urgency. We gotta win in focus, and have a great 2 weeks of practice leading up to the game, and see if we can come on top.
Thanks, AJ, for a couple of minutes, and AJ's View, always a pleasure.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. Well, that'll about do it. Again, the Warriors have off this coming Saturday, but then the following Saturday, the 28th, they host Kutztown. It's an early season matchup, and it really could decide the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference Eastern Division title. So make sure you get to Eiler Martin Stadium. We'll have live coverage with the pregame show starting at 5:30, the kickoff at 6:05. We will be back here next Monday night for another edition of the Coach's Show. Dr. Alan Snook, thanks for a couple of minutes.
Chuck. Appreciate it.
AJ, thanks for the view as always,
Thank
and
you,
we will
guys.
talk
I
to you
appreciate
next
it.
week
Thank you.
from
Thanks, Dr.
Teddy's,
Snook.
and we will see you next Monday night from Teddy's University as the ESU Coaches Show continues next week. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.